In this video, I'm going to show you why DeepSeek, the new Chinese AI tool that was released less than 30 days ago, has already become the #1 free app in the Apple App Store and made over $1 trillion disappear from the Nasdaq. You're going to want to check this out. First things first, why DeepSeek is such a disruptor in the market. Its only real competitor is OpenAI's ChatGPT o1 Pro model, which sits behind a nice $200 a month paywall. As of this video, you can download the DeepSeek app on your phone, or you can check it out on your computer and start playing around with their models for completely free. So to demonstrate why DeepSeek is such a big disruptor in the market, I'm going to take 3 different prompts, give them to both a ChatGPT model and a DeepSeek model, and look at the outputs and understand why DeepSeek is making such a splash in the market. Now, with that being said, someone argued that what I'm about to do isn't quite a fair fight. I personally don't pay the $200 a month for OpenAI's ChatGPT o1 Pro model. However, I do pay $20 a month for their regular o1 model. So I'm gonna pin ChatGPT's o1 versus DeepSeek's DeepThink R1 and look at the output differences. Now, again, the 2 models that are the most similar in terms of their abilities is more so the o1 Pro, which is $200 a month from OpenAI ChatGPT, and DeepSeek's DeepThink R1. However, for this testing, I'm looking at it more from a price standpoint. So for anyone like you or me, the everyday consumer that wants to utilize AI in their daily life, I don't want to pay $200 a month. I don't do it now. I have no interest in paying that much money for an AI tool. But it's interesting to look at this from a cost perspective, because now we can see, okay, paying $20 a month to OpenAI gets me this, or for completely free right now from DeepSeek, I get this. So let's look at these 3 different prompts and see what the outputs are with both ChatGPT's o1 model and DeepSeek's DeepThink R1 model. Okay, so now we're in DeepSeek, and as you can see here, I'm going to give it this super simple prompt. It's just a random question about starting a business. So the prompt's, what's the best business to start in 2025 if the goal is to make as much money as possible without hiring any employees? Pretty simple question, not a ton of detail, not a ton of deep thinking involved. And you can see here I have the DeepThink R1 selected. It basically just tells you that use DeepSeek R1 to solve reasoning problems. I'm going to use it because I want to see what it does. So first, let's submit it to DeepSeek and see what it gives us. As you can see, it's thinking, and I'm going to keep this live. I'm not going to cut anything because I want you to see the times as well. Okay, so now we're starting to get a response here. And this is something that I've noticed that's really interesting with DeepSeek, is that they actually give you, what we're seeing right now is basically it thinking. So this is as if the model is talking to itself and trying to figure out how to answer your prompt in the best way possible. And it's something I really like. With ChatGPT, you have to click into it to actually see that behind the scenes. But regardless, they do the same thing, but you're going to see here in a minute the big difference between the 2. So as you can see, it's still thinking. And now in the white text here, this is its actual response to us. So let's see what this says. And again, I don't want to cut anything or do any time things because I want you guys to actually see how long it takes to get a response. So boom, we have the response. So if we scroll back up to the top, you can see all of this thinking it was doing. And if we read through it, it's saying, okay, so the user, meaning me, wants to know the best business to start 2025 with the goal of making as much money as possible without hiring employees. Let me start by breaking down the requirements. The key points here are maximizing profit, no employees, and the time frame. First, I need to think about trends that are likely to be significant in 2025. So it's through these paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs, you can see how much it's actually thinking about my question. Using its reasoning power, and then gonna provide me with the best possible answer. And if we scroll down here, we can see maximize profits, AI-powered SaaS product, high-ticket online coaching, niche affiliate marketing, automated e-commerce. So there's a variety of options here, and it gives us some tips for success. So this is DeepSeek's DeepThink R1. Now let's jump over to ChatGPT. So now we got ChatGPT open, and we're gonna use ChatGPT o1, and let's do the same thing. So it's the same prompt. If I submit this, and let's see what this gives us. So as you can see, it gives us the same, it gives us just a little thinking animation, which is nice. Instead of DeepSeek, it gives us the actual breakdown of all of its thoughts. And we'll go ahead and let this think for a second. Again, I don't want to cut because I want the time to actually be accurate and representative of how long these take. I do like how ChatGPT gives you different things, like it's thinking, it's weighing options, it's coming up with solutions, whatever it says. I also like how it does give you that it thought about this for 23 seconds, and then it gives you a little prompt of this is what you're expecting to see below. And here we go. It gives us the information below. So the actual output is similar, and as you can see, it's still writing. Affiliate marketing, we saw that in the last one. Why it's lucrative, how to keep one-person show. So it's given us a good breakdown of what's going on. And I'll let this keep going here because it's still writing out some different options. Investing and trading with a personal brand/community component. 5, licensing intellectual property. Example opportunities, making it work. Some key principles. So this is giving us a pretty good output in terms of what we asked it. Final thoughts. So this is good. What I want to show you, though, what I think is important to note, is the difference in the amount of text that is shown in terms of what it thought. So if we click on this little button here that says thought about future business opportunities for 23 seconds, if we click on this, this is what it considered while it was thinking about what we asked it. So if we go back to DeepSeek, you can see all of this is what it thought about our question. Thought about for 35 seconds, and this is everything it thought about. So from a reasoning standpoint and from a complex idea standpoint, DeepSeek is going far and beyond the $20 a month access you get to ChatGPT 01 on a free basis. You can go in there and start using it now. Now again, ChatGPT 01 Pro does come closer to the level that DeepSeek is at right now, but you have to pay $200 a month for it. So here's another prompt example. The last one was just a quick one about business. This one's a little more in-depth, giving a little more information. So this one says, if you wanted to lose 30 pounds as a 24-year-old, thank you, Grammarly, let's change that. As a 24-year-old male, what is the best way for me to go about this? I have a sedentary desk job, and I have time to exercise for 1 hour, 4 days per week. My diet is messy, so please provide a structured meal plan. Also provide an exercise plan and timeline on when I can accomplish this. Fix the grammar there. So let's submit this to ChatGPT 01 and see what it gives us. And because we saw the time on the initial one, I'm gonna go ahead and cut just to skip ahead to save you guys some time. Okay, so now if we look back at what we got, ChatGPT 01 thought about this for only 8 seconds, so it was very quick in determining an outcome. And if we click into this, this is our basis of what it thought about and what it spit out. So gave us a good breakdown, understanding your goals, calorie targets, understanding a deficit, structured weekly meal plans, and it gave me a whole breakdown of meal plans, which is great. Exercise plan, which I asked it for, so that's great. And then the timeline, some additional tips, and a summary. So overall, pretty good. Now I asked the same thing of DeepSeek, and this is what it gave me. So it thought about it for 16 seconds, so double the time. And it gave me, again, a very detailed breakdown of what I'm looking for, and it really thought about what I was needing. And it broke down some different things that are a little more in-depth, like total daily energy expenditure and different things of that nature. And so if we look at what it gave us, very similar result to 01, but again, you can just tell there's a little more thought, and it's giving us actual numbers and figures, like 3 eggs scrambled plus spinach plus 1 whole grain toast, giving us a calorie breakdown, exercise plan. It's a little more succinct, but it's giving us more specifics, which I don't know about you, but if this was me wanting this information, this is more of what I'd want, which is pretty crazy. Again, we're getting this level of AI power for free as opposed to $20 a month from OpenAI. So I just have one more example I want to test. This goes back to marketing and business, so something I'd be more interested in. And I want to submit this prompt. So this is, if you're the chief marketing officer of a $10 billion CPG company located in the US, and you had to put together a marketing plan to attracting new Gen Z customers moving forward, what strategies and tools would you use? Give me a full breakdown of what strategies and tactics you would use. So again, I'm going to submit this to ChatGPT 01 as well as DeepSeek and see what it gives us. So let's submit this here. And again, I'll cut for sake of time. Okay, so last example here was our business example. And as you can see here, ChatGPT 01 thought about for 4 seconds. And here's our quick breakdown of its logic on what it was going to spit out. And it gave us a pretty good general overview, brand positioning and messaging, channel strategy, social media, using different platforms, paid media, influencers, experimental marketing, a pretty good breakdown of different tactics and strategies we could use. But what I really want to show you and what I find really interesting is DeepSeek. Here you can see we did the same thing, fed over 14 seconds, and again, gave us a in-depth thought process over different trends, things going on with Gen Z, a lot of different stuff. But what's really interesting, if we look at the bottom here, it actually says to itself, wait, did I miss anything? Maybe the role of emerging technologies like AR and VR, or partnership with gaming platforms since Gen Z is into gaming. Also, diversity in marketing campaigns reflect Gen Z's multicultural background. So it's like going back and saying to itself, wait, did I miss something? Let's add this. And then when we go down to this, you can see it's more about brand alignment with Gen Z values, giving us more in-depth, kind of the same thing with platforms here, but what we can actually do on these platforms, partnerships with influencers. So again, a lot of the same information. It's just crazy how for free, you're getting much more detailed information and with a lot more logic behind it and reasoning behind it, again, for free versus $20 from OpenAI. So if you haven't had a chance to play with DeepSeek at all, I highly recommend you do so. It's very interesting how, this product was released less than 30 days ago and people are already going crazy about it. It completely impacted the stock market earlier this week, and it's pretty wild what it can do. And so again, play around with it if you haven't already, and I think you'll be blown away. I'm super curious to see what a lot of the AI companies are going to do here in the US moving forward. I think they're kind of scrambling right now, so I'm curious to see what happens. If you like this review, like the video, subscribe. I'll be sharing more information about AI and how it's impacting business moving forward. So if you have any thoughts on that, drop a comment, and I'll see you guys next time.